Hey there guys, welcome back to AFC Game by Game. The final whistle has just blown in Naples. Arsenal have beaten Napoli by 1-0. Fantastic result. I can't emphasise how excited I am by this performance, this result, and how brave and fearless we were going into this match. To have kept a clean sheet in a game of this magnitude against a side such as Naples, and to have got a win against a team that have been very resilient at home. The only side to have gone there and won this season have been Juventus. This is a side that beat Liverpool this season. This is a fantastic result. A team full of attacking flair. Callahan, Mertens, Insigne, they're supposedly so good at the back as well, with the likes of Koulibaly, who everyone raves about. To have got a goal, to have scored 3 against them over the course of 2 legs, to have kept a clean sheet. This is a fantastic result, and it's got to be emphasised that we've done really, really well this evening against a side that, as I say, are reportedly one of the best in Europe. So I'm very pleased with how we performed, very pleased with the result, and I'm feeling very confident. I'm feeling a little bit more confident going into away games at the moment. The result against Watford was positive, but it wasn't a convincing performance. Tonight we had the positive result and the positive performance, and now we've got something to build on. What I liked about this game and what I was really, really pleased from Unai Emery's point of view is that we did go into this game with a lack of fear. We didn't show Napoli any respect whatsoever, in the sense that we played a strong team, a side that was capable of going out there and scoring goals. One massive problem I feel that we've had this season is that we go away from home, and not only does the mindset in the players change, but also the lineups change. The group of players that start the game isn't, the side that is capable of getting the victory. And I do think we're a bit conservative at times away from home. What I think we've got now is probably our strongest 11 that started the game tonight. In fact, I'd definitely say that is our strongest available 11. The back three of Monreal, Koscielny and Socrates has kept 2 clean sheets against this Napoli side, and they're looking stronger as each game goes by, and it's good to have an option like someone like Mustafi on the bench. I know people are very quick to criticise him, but when we're playing this system, I honestly think he's quite decent as a right centre-half, and he does work well in this back three at times, although, as we always say, he's got a calamity mistake left in him, but he is a good option to have, and it's good that we can go into that game against Wolves next week and have someone like him available to come in place of Socrates, who will of course still be suspended for that match. But Koscielny was fantastic tonight, and I think it's worth noting that he's been brilliant ever since coming back from his injury, apart from maybe a month or so when he was just getting up to speed, but since then he's been fantastic. Was brilliant at the back tonight. Monreal as well, very, very good. Petr Cech in goal. Not a lot of people are going to talk about his performance, but made a brilliant save from Insigne in that first half. If that had been in the back of the net and made it 1-0 to Napoli, we could be talking about a very different game this evening, but he kept us in the match through that save. Apart from that, didn't have too much else to do. The midfield of Xhaka and Torreira, for me, is our strongest midfield pivot, and then Aaron Ramsey playing just ahead of them. Unfortunately, has gone off with what looks like a hamstring injury tonight, and I sincerely hope that won't be the end of his Arsenal career in that manner. We all know that he's leaving in the summer, of course, but I hope that's not his last game in an Arsenal shirt just yet. If it is to be his last game, then that's a big loss to us this season, because I'm just worried that Mkhitaryan and Mesut Ozil aren't quite capable of bringing the intensity and drive and work rate that Aaron Ramsey offers in the middle of the park, which is worrying in terms of what we're going to do next season. Mkhitaryan, when he came on, you could just obviously tell that he's not quite capable of doing what Aaron Ramsey does, and we've got 3 players that are capable of filling that position that will be vacated by Aaron Ramsey now. Mkhitaryan's one, Ozil's the other, and Ozil for me would probably be the natural choice to play at home. And then we've got someone like Iwobi who can fill in behind Aubameyang and Lacazette, but it's all about rotation. It'll be interesting to see how we line up in that game against Crystal Palace. I do expect us to go back to a back 4 at times, but in terms of getting the best out of our players, this back 3 system seems to work really well with the 3-4-1-2. Brings out the best in Aubameyang and Lacazette. Aubameyang should have scored tonight, but his work rate, you can't question that. He chased out every loose ball, especially in that second half. Made things tireless for Chiriches and Koulibaly at the back. Was always making himself a nuisance, and the wing backs as well. Kolasinac fantastic on the left hand side, but Ainsley Maitland-Niles, apart from that game against Everton where he was calamitous like much of the rest of the sides, he has been fantastic, and he was brilliant again tonight. Just seems to play such elegance, such calmness, such composure, and his timing is just perfect. He's looking really, really good as each game goes by. I honestly wasn't really sure where Maitland-Niles was going to fit in this season, because he reminds me very much of Oxlade-Chamberlain in the sense that he's capable of playing in so many different positions, but hasn't nailed down a certain position just yet. And he's really making this right wing back spot his own. Has he got a long term future there? I'm not too sure, because of course we've got Bellerin to come back, but for now he's doing really, really well, and he should just revel in that, because it's going to be a very positive end to the season for him and a very exciting start to next season for him. So really pleased for Maitland-Niles and really pleased for the whole team. Brilliant goal by Lacazette to make it 1-0. The free kick that honestly I said right before that it wasn't going to go anywhere. He proved me completely wrong. Brilliant finish from Lacazette. Wrong foot's the keeper and makes it 1-0. At that point the game is, I don't want to say it's effectively done, but Napoli had to score 4 goals at that point and didn't really threaten. I thought as good as we were, Napoli were dreadful. They didn't offer a lot. They made it very easy for us at times. I didn't feel particularly under any threat. There was a period in the first half where it was still 0-0 and they were putting a lot of pressure on us, but Callahan's crossing was awful. Insigne worked very hard, but just didn't seem to have the end product. And as I say, we were fantastic tonight, and we really did stop Napoli from having any sort of joy. They had a lot of attempts, a lot of possession, but did nothing with it, and we were clinical when we needed to be. At 1-0, we haven't gone gung-ho. We've sat back to an extent. We've been conservative. We've kept our lead, which I think was sensible. We didn't need to go all out in this game, and we've kept a lot of players fresh. We've brought on El Neni, we've brought on Iwobi. We brought on Mkhitaryan. It's a shame to lose Aaron Ramsey, but the squad is still, in terms of rotation, it's looking good, it's looking fresh, and I think Emery is managing the squad really, really, really well. And I'm really excited now for that game against Crystal Palace. That should be a win. And I just feel very confident about how the season could potentially end up. I think we've got all the credentials to beat the likes of Valencia, Chelsea, etc. And Valencia in the next round obviously won't be easy. They're a very good side. We're coming up against 2 ex-employees in Gabriel and Coquelin, but they're a team that we should be beating, and we should book our place in the Europa League final. But we've got to get past Crystal Palace first. We've got Wolves as well, but Valencia is a game I'm really looking forward to. And yeah, this team can score goals, and we're looking more and more defensively reliable at the back. So yeah, I'm really, really excited. The one thing I would say is that I do think, I don't want to get in over my head, but I do think we are just a couple of signings away from being a better side. I'm not saying that we're going to be up there with Man City and Liverpool just yet, but I definitely think we're heading in the right direction and we're building the foundations of a very good team. And what I like about Emery is he's so adjustable. My only slight concern is that getting players that are going to play to the way that Emery wants to play, where we do sometimes see a back 4 and sometimes see a back 3. Someone like Reece Nelson, for example, next season wouldn't work in this current system. And I do kind of worry, I do have slight concerns about how someone like him might feel. Are we going to bring in Weidman in the summer? Are we going to focus our energies on bringing in centre halves? Because I do think if we want to play with a back 3, we need 2 centre halves at least, because Koscielny's 33, Monreal's 33, Socrates is 30. I know we've got Rob Holding to come back, but again, we need to invest in that area of the pitch if we want to see a back 3 more consistently, and we need wing backs as well. But yeah, I mean, replacing Ramsey is going to be one hell of a task. But brilliant result on the night, and I'm buzzing, to be honest. I'm really looking forward to seeing how far this team can go. If Arsenal can get a trophy this season in Unai Emery's first managerial stint at the club, and hopefully what will be a long managerial stint, it's really positive. So a win in the Europa League and a top 4 finish would be brilliant. It would be a brilliant season, and it would get us right on the way to getting us back to where we need to be. But yeah, anyway guys, I've rambled on long enough. Please do drop a like on the video if you have enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts on the game in the comments box below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Apologies for the ever so inconsistent uploads, and I'll be speaking to you very soon. See you later guys.